from their wealth, but which you may cleanse them and make them pure. One opinion is that here the word sadaqah refers to that zakat which was wajib upon them. When the Holy Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam sent Sayyidina Mu'az radiallahu ta'ala anhu towards Yemen, he sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Tell them that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made zakat fard in their wealth. It should be taken from the wealth and given to the fuqara." Zakat became fard in 2 Hijri before the Siyam fast. It is proven from the Holy Quran that zakat is fard. The one who denies its fardiyat is a kafir. Paying zakat is a means of completion of one's iman. As Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam stated, the completion of your Islam is that you pay the zakat of your wealth. The wealth becomes pure by giving zakat, as is narrated by Sayyidina Anas bin Malik radiallahu ta'ala anhu, that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam stated, "Give your zakat of your wealth, as it is the one that purifies, and it will purify you." The zakat giving person becomes protected from the evil, as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam stated, "He who has paid zakat of his wealth, indeed Allah Azza wa Jal has removed evil from him." Now let's listen to the 8 points or some points regarding the harm of not giving zakat. The person will not receive those benefits which he would have received if he had paid zakat. The wealth that has got destroyed in the land and sea, it has got destroyed because of not giving zakat. The nation which should not give zakat may suffer from troubles collectively. The Holy Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam stated, "The nation which will not give zakat, Allah Azza wa Jal will make it suffer from drought." Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam stated and has also cursed the one who does not give zakat. A person will be held accountable severely, as Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam stated, "The poor will not at all go through the pain of being naked and hungry, i.e. in extreme state of poverty, but at the hands of the wealthy." Listen, Allah Azza wa Jal will hold such wealthy people accountable severely and inflict grievous punishment upon them. That wealth which is specified by the Sharia is termed as zakat, from which a person discontinues his benefit in every manner, and then for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is given to the possession of such Muslim who is neither a Hashmi nor he is a freed slave by any Hashmi. Now Hashmi is the one who is the descendant of Sayyidina Ali, Sayyidina Ja'far, Sayyidina Aqil, Sayyidina Abbas bin Abdul Muttalib, and Sayyidina Haris bin Abdul Muttalib radiyallahu ta'ala anhum. The literal meaning of zakat is purity, an increment and blessing, since in reality zakat becomes a cause of tahara, increment, an increase and blessing for the remaining wealth, although it may not be apparent. This is why it is called zakat. There are 2 types of zakat: zakat of the wealth and zakat of the people, i.e. sadaqatul fitr. And there are further 2 types of zakat of the wealth: zakat of gold and silver, and zakat of trade and livestock, and the zakat of cultivated crops and fruits known as ushur. Now, who is zakat fard upon? Giving zakat is fard upon every aqil, i.e. sane, balig, i.e. pubescent, Muslim who is not a slave, and who meets the following conditions. Number 1, he owns the nisab. This nisab is growing in nature. He has the nisab in his possession. The nisab is exclusive of his hajat asliya, i.e. basic necessity of life. The nisab is exclusive of the money that he owes, i.e. he should not owe people such debt that his nisab no longer remains after paying that debt. And also the last condition is a year has to pass on this nisab. Being the owner of the nisab means that a person has 7.5 tola. Now tola is a type of measurement of gold and 52.5 tola of silver, or cash equal to its price, or trade goods whose value is equal to its price, or possessions exclusive of Hajj Asriya, which is equal to its price. If a person gives zakat first and then becomes the owner of the nisab, the wealth he has given will not be included in the zakat. In reality, the zakat will have to be given separately. Zakat will not be further on the person whose total wealth is haram, because he is neither the owner of the wealth. Haram wealth obtained through stealing, bribery, and other means, the person who obtains it does not become its owner at all. The Islamic law has made a fard to return this wealth to its owner, and if the owner has died, he has to return it to the heirs. And if they cannot be traced, it should be given to any such fakir as charity without the intention of sawab. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam. If a person is the owner of the nisab and he has gained some wealth of the same category during the same year, the year of this newly gained wealth will not be different. In fact, the completion of the year for this wealth is the same as for the previously owned wealth, even if he has gained this wealth just a minute before the completion of the year. In this regard, it does not matter whether the wealth has been completed in the year. In this regard, it does not matter whether this wealth has been gained through the previously owned wealth or through inheritance or as a gift. If this newly gained wealth belongs to a different category, for example, a person owned some camels, now he got female goats, then a new different year will be considered. There is, in regards to this, gold, silver, currency notes, and trade goods will all be considered of the same category. Now, what is the zakat on a nabalik and an insane person? Zakat is not fard upon nabalik, but there are some types of insane people. Number one, if a person remains insane throughout the year, zakat is not wajib upon him. If a person becomes sane in the beginning and the end of the year, zakat will be wajib upon him, even if he remains insane for the rest of the time. Zakat is fard upon three types of wealth: gold and silver. Their ruling applies to the currency notes as well, provided that the notes are still in use. Number two, the trade goods. Number three, those animals which are left for grazing. The nisab for the gold is $7.5, whereas the nisab for the silver is 200 dirham, i.e., $52.5. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala wasallam. What is the definition of price? According to Islamic law, the market value of something is called its price. If something is purchased by chance or purchased for a greater or lesser amount after bargaining, this amount will not be called its price. At the place where goods are actually sold, according to the government rates, the same rates will be considered. If you wish to pay zakat in the form of money, following is the easiest calculation. On the completion of the year of the zakat, find out their price and then pay zakat in its 2.5% as zakat. In this way, some additional amount of money might be paid, but it is certain that zakat will be paid completely and the additional amount will be considered as nafli sadaqah. If you wish to pay your zakat of gold in the form of gold or the zakat of silver in the form of silver, you will have to give is 1/40th part, i.e., 2.5% as zakat. The method for its calculation is as follows. According to the information obtained from the goldsmith, 1 tola is approximately equal to 11 grams or 665 milligrams. Therefore, zakat of 7.5 tolas of 52.5 silver, i.e., 2.5, will be approximately 15.3 grams of silver. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala wasallam. If the zakat of gold and silver jewelry, crockery, etc., is given in rupees, i.e., money, then the price of actual gold or silver will be considered. If the husband has given jewelry to his wife, the wife will pay zakat in case he has transferred the ownership of that jewelry to her. However, if he is still the owner of the jewelry and has given it to her only for wearing it, then the husband will pay the zakat. If the wife does not give zakat of the jewelry despite the fact that her husband explained to her, then the husband will not be held accountable for it. It is stated in Holy Quran, translation Kanzul Iman. The fact is this, that no burdened soul bears another soul's burden. However, it is compulsory for the husband to explain to the wife in a proper manner, as is stated in Holy Quran, translation Kanzul Iman. O believers, save yourselves and your families from the fire, the fuel of which are humans and stones. If someone owns jewelry and he or she has not paid the zakat for many years, in order to make calculation of the zakat for the previous years, it will be noted whether there has been an increase or decrease in the amount of jewelry after becoming the owner of the nisab. If there has not been an increasement or decrease, find out the price of the jewelry on the day of the completion of the first year of the zakat and pay his zakat. Thereafter, if the remaining jewelry reaches the nisab, find out its price on the day of completion of the second year and pay zakat, and do this same method for the rest of the years. Zakat is not wajib for diamonds and pearls, even if they are worth millions of rupees. However, zakat is wajib if they are purchased with the intention to trade. If someone has gold or silver embroidery on his clothes, zakat will be wajib upon that as well. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Just imagine a person has purchased something, for example, a car, with the intention of trade, and then he changed the intention of selling it when he noticed that the car is better for personal use. After some days, he needed that money, so he made the intention of selling the car, but it could not be sold for the whole year. Zakat will not be wajib for this because the intention of the trade changes once in the item. A shop purchased for trade will not be included in the nisab. It is stated for Fatawa Shami, there is no zakat for shops and lands. A perfumer keeps two types of bottles. The first type consists of small bottles which are sold with perfume, itar. Their zakat will be fard. The second type of consists of large bottles or glass jars which are filled with perfume and kept in the shop or the house, but they are not sold. There is no zakat for them. Zakat is not fard for the wood a roti seller purchases for cooking rotis, or salt he purchases for mixing flour. However, zakat is fard for the sesame seeds which he purchases to use on the rotis. If someone owns many books, zakat will not be wajib upon him because zakat is not wajib for books, provided they are not bought for the purpose of trade. Zakat is not fard for the houses which are rented out, even if they are worth 500 million pounds. However, if the benefit, i.e., the rent obtained through these houses, reach the nisab, either alone or after combining with other types of wealth, and other conditions of zakat are fulfilled, zakat will have to be given. Zakat will not be wajib for renting cars or buses. However, the zakat of the income earned from them will be fard. If someone owns a television, computer, fridge, a washing machine, zakat will not be wajib upon him, whether he uses them or not, because these are all household items. These are not those items through which the wealth grows. Zakat is not fard for decorative items of the house. For example, copper crockery, porcelain crockery, etc., even if they are worth millions of rupees. If a person saves money for his daughter's marriage, transfers its ownership to them before they become baligh, or before she reaches the age of puberty, zakat will not be fard upon them until that person becomes baligh, because zakat does not become fard on a nabaligh. However, as soon as they become baligh, zakat will become wajib upon them, even if the conditions of zakat are fulfilled. If a person spends the money placed in his trust by the consent of the owner, its owners will have to pay its zakat. If the amount paid for insurance reaches the nisab, either alone or combining with other types of wealth, the zakat will become fard as well. Although money is deposited in the bank as a trust, but in our urf, usual practice, it is considered as a debt because the depositor knows that the bank will invest his money in business. Therefore, zakat of this money will be wajib as well. But if it will be paid when at least 1/5 of the part of the nisab is received. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Zakat will also be fard upon the madyun, i.e., the one who owes someone a debt, that he owes such amount of debt that if he pays it off, the nisab will still exist, meaning the money will still remain. If the nisab no longer remains, zakat will not be fard. If a person is the owner of the nisab, but he owes debt such that after he pays it, the nisab no longer exists, zakat is not wajib, whether that debt is owed to one person or to many people. There are two types of mahr: mahr muajjal, that which has been agreed that the mahr will be given before khalwat. A khalwat is being alone with one's wife before for the first time after marriage. And ghair muajjal, for which any time or period has been specified. If mahr muajjal of a woman is equal or greater than the nisab, then upon receiving at least 1/5 part of the nisab, it will become wajib upon her to pay his zakat. Usually, the time of payment is not specified for ghair muajjal, and a woman cannot demand it before divorce or the death of her husband. His zakat will be fard after she receives it if the condition of zakat are fulfilled. If the person who owes us debt goes missing or denies that he owes us money, and we do not even have witness, in short, if there remains no hope of receiving back the amount of debt, then it is not wajib upon us to give zakat. Fortunately, if he returns the amount of debt, zakat of the previous years will not be fard in this case. Now, who can zakat be given to? Zakat can be given to a fakir, miskin, amil, riqab, gharim, fi sabilillah, and ibn sabil. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. Which relatives can we give our zakat to? Zakat can be given to the following relatives, provided that they are deserving of zakat. Number one, sister, brother, paternal uncle, paternal aunt, maternal uncle, daughter-in-law, son-in-law, stepfather, stepmother, stepchildren of the woman, and stepchildren of the man. If a person divorces his wife, he cannot give her zakat during her iddat period, but he can give it to her once her period iddat ends. Zakat can also be given to the wife of a rich person, provided that she is not the owner of the nisab. Likewise, zakat can also be given to the father of a rich person, provided that he is a fakir. Zakat can also be given to the woman whose husband owes her dowry, even if it's equal or more than the nisab, and if the husband is wealthy and capable of paying it. Zakat will not be regarded as paid if it is given to an unbeliever. Zakat given to a heretic is haram, prohibited. Zakat will not be regarded as paid if given to him. Zakat can be given to the students of the Islamic knowledge who are not the owner of the nisab. In fact, it is better to give it to them provided that they acquire the Islamic knowledge. If the madrasa or the Islamic university is run by the people of the truth, not by the deviant people, zakat can be given there on the condition that the administrator keep this amount separately and spends it only transferring the ownership to a Sharif Fakir. For example, give it as a stipend that it is given to the students for helping them. Moreover, neither this money can be used for the construction or any other similar purpose, nor for the food prepared for the students, because they are provided with food just for eating. They are not made its owner. But it will be correct if food is given to them by making them the owner. However, if the amount of zakat is given to those people who deserve it with the intention of zakat and he is made its owner, then if he makes intention, he can now give the money to the madrasa or the Islamic universities with his own will. Then this amount can now be used for giving the salary to the teachers and to the constructions. But Islam brothers, many people send the zakat to madaris and jamiat. They have to inform the administrator of the madrasa that the amount is the amount of zakat, so that the administrator keeps the amount separate and not mix it with any other amount, and spends it on poor students and does not give it as the wage or salary to anyone. Otherwise, zakat will not be paid. Sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad. Some brothers, you may offer your no, sunnahs.